Kia ora tātou. Ka tuau nā nei ki te mihi atu kia koutou. Kua tai mai nei I tēnei rā mo te timatanga o tātou nei hui. Te hui o te komiti o te pai o te hautakiwā, nā momo waka me nā whānaki tanga o nā taone. Ai tēnā koutou. Nau mai hara mai nā kaimahi, nā kai kaunihira hoki. Ka huri au taka whakaro ki nā tini aitua, kua hete atu ki te pō, e nā mate moi mai, oki mai. Apti hono tātou, hono rātou kia rātou, apti hono tātou kia tātou, tēnā koutou. Just adding to start our meeting today, and I use the full name, Māori name of our committee, just get that on our thing there, there you go. Te pai o te hautakiwa, that means air quality. Nā momo waka, that means the buses, public transport, and te whāneketanga or nā taone means urban development, there you go. So that's our committee that we're here today for, and just acknowledging our staff and our councillors that are here and those that have passed away. And on to our Karakia Timatanga. Whakataka te hau ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga, kia mā kinekina ki uta, kia mā taratara ki tai, e he aki ana te atakura, he teo, he huka, he hauhu ti hei Māori ora. Kua atu te rākau, kia ki te.
Yeah, kia ora, Craig, thank you for that. I think our standard practice from now on is that we will have our mihi whakata and then our karakia start before the chairs say anything, because it is the better protocol to clear the room. Look, welcome to this meeting. I was just talking to Catherine before, and this is a perfunctory meeting. It was a meeting with a very, very slight agenda. The reason for that is that the timing last year, towards the end of last year, we couldn't fit that in. So this is to get this process started, the establishment of this committee, put some business before this committee, and then get us on the right track going forward. So with that, we'll start. There are apologies from Councillor Cranwell and Councillor Burns. Are there anybody? I think the rest of us are here. So those are the apologies. We will note those. Conflicts of interest. I'm not aware of any conflicts of interest. There are no public forums or deputations or petitions. There is no extraordinary business or any urgent business, and we have no notices of motion. So we'll move to 7.1 on the agenda, which is the committee minutes from the 7th of September 2022. And in accordance with standing orders, these minutes were confirmed at the end of the last training and provided here for your information. So really, we're just looking for anything that's coming out of those minutes from anybody that was at that meeting of any clarification sort. Doesn't seem to be any clarification. So can we move to the those that we at the same time. Okay, so Vivo's just pointed out, because you've all received the public excluded minutes and there is no other business, that we will also pass those at this time. That will then allow us not to have to go into public excluded and clunk our way in and out of that. If everyone's comfortable with that, that's the way we will approach today. So I'll take it that everyone's comfortable. And so I can see that, Vivo. Okay, so first of all, that received the minutes from the Air Quality, Transport and Urban Development Committee meeting on 7th September, and to receive the public excluded minutes from Air Quality, Transport and Urban Development Committee on the 7th September. I need a mover for that, please. Thank you, Grant. I second it for that. Please, thank you, John. All those in favour, please say aye. All those against, that is carried. Thank you. So 8.1, Transport, Urban Development, Air Quality Committee Resolution Status Report. Catherine, as Director of Strategy and Planning, to present this, and we've also have Jessie and I'm not sure if Sonia's not here. I said, oh, you are here, sorry. Good. And so if there's any issues coming out of that report that councillors want to seek some clarification on, could they please note those now? Otherwise, I don't think there's any point Jess or Sonia coming to the table unless a councillor wants to ask a question. So we do have questions. So I think we will come up. Thank you. I failed to let people know the meeting that they're being recorded. Oh, sorry about that. Vicky.
Yeah, just one. So on the $5 top up card, $5 top up that you can now give $5 instead of 10. I can't see anything on our website that tells people that. There's mention of it in terms of if you're able to do an automatic top up through the, you go through the process of registering your card and your automatic top up. But in terms of actually handing over $5 on the bus, is that something that is now that can happen? But how will people know when it's not on our website and I haven't seen any publicity around it? And do the drivers know? More important, almost more important, if I tell people and put it on through my channels, do the bus drivers definitely know? Oh, sorry.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Yes, so the drivers are aware and they've been trained on the change in the $5 fares. So if somebody turns up with $5, they're able to use that as a top up. We have done kind of a brief campaign to make people aware. I'd have to check in with our customer experience and marketing manager around the website, but I do believe there is some information available. We'll just have to have a look if it's easy to locate. No. Thank you very much for feedback.
So are there any other queries from Sonia or Jess? Nope. So recommendation is that the Transport Urban Development Air Quality Committee notes the status of previous resolutions provided in the status Transport Urban Development Air Quality Committee resolutions report February 2023. I got to move up for that. Thank you, Grant, and a seconder for that. Thank you, Councillor Ward. All those in favour, please say aye. All those against? That's carried. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this because I should have asked for discussion, but I haven't. You want to have discussion, Grant?
Not just a comment, really. And there was a lot of business at that meeting, and staff have responded on virtually all of the items raised at that meeting. So that's fantastic, doing all of that from September through to now. So just really wanted to say that.
Well done. So thank you. I'm not too sure you up again, Jess, so and Sonia, so you might as well sit there. So 8.2 is on pages 26 to 31 of the agenda, and the work program report. Jess, maybe you can just give us a quick overview of that.
Morena Koto. Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. So the purpose of the report is to update the committee on the progress of the work program for the air quality transport and urban development portfolio. Take the paper as read, but just note the key updates to the work program, paragraphs 7 through to 9. So we've highlighted some key achievements for the portfolio there. Happy to take any questions on the paper. I note the attached work program report, which includes the key initiatives underway within the portfolio, noting the Q2 status of those and the key milestones both achieved and also coming up. So happy to take any questions on the paper. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any questions? Grant and then Vicky.
Just on item, thanks, Jess, for that. Item 9, bullet point 2, that last sentence, work is required to understand the impact on Environment Canterbury from a fiscal resource and process perspective. Is that work underway, or is it, what's your program to complete that?
For you, Mr. Chair. Yes, so we're working on at the moment the changes that government have, well, effectively all the different fare changes that we've got going, because obviously with them extending the fare changes, the 50% reduction to June, we're now looking at what that means for us from a fare perspective, and so working through the changes for total mobility and all the different concessions that we have. Thank you.
So, firstly, I'd also like to reiterate what Councillor Grant, I can't remember his surname off the top of my head, said that a huge amount of work, and I know the goalpost keeps shifting as well, and like it's great the 50% fare has continued, but actually that in itself, that's a new shift in the programme. So I'm fully aware, and it is amazing what you've done. Just in terms of Route 17 and 28 enhancements, I can see that's a bright red at risk. We know that it's already delayed. I can see it says vehicles are ordered. So, I mean, are we the buses, we're expecting buses will get here at the time that the drivers, now we're getting more driver. Is that working? I've seen lots of adverts on the backs of buses and various places to get more drivers. Have we got an idea of when the 17 and 28 changes will now?
Through you, Mr. Chair. So unfortunately, so we haven't ordered the buses just yet. So we are waiting to order them at the moment, because we just need to confirm that we need to be confident that when we order the buses and get the buses delivered, that we do have the drivers, because as soon as we get those buses in, we start effectively paying for that as an asset through operations. So we haven't ordered them quite yet. We're working and looking at working with our operators to find a date when it would be suitable to order those, so that we can be assured that we have the drivers in order to do that uplift. But at the moment, unfortunately, we don't have a confirmed time frame or date, but we're looking to try and order those buses within the next few weeks.
I'll just add for clarity, the table there shows the second column is the anticipated milestone. So while it says vehicle ordered, it's an anticipated milestone, not a quarter two milestone achieved. If that makes sense.
Just further to that, Route 17 and 28, am I right that that was the new route that was going to accommodate ARA Institute, and it was quite an important thing for them? Students will be back soon. I presume that if we're still delaying, that there'll be good communication to ARA and other users to let them know there's a bit of a delay.
After you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to keep everybody who we connected with through that process, make them aware of what's happening at the moment and the delays. And unfortunately, it's really difficult not being able to confirm a time frame, and we'd love to do it as literally as soon as we can, because we really want to see that uplift for our customers.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll put the motion up. There it is. Receive the work program report for air quality transport and urban development portfolio. So looking for a mover. Thank you, Claire, and looking for a seconder. Thank you, Vicky. Are you happy to second that? Thank you. Now, under our standing orders, it's a matter to have a discussion about this before we move it, but I think we're happy enough that I should move this. So, sorry, put this to you. So we have a mover and a seconder. All those in favour, please say aye. All those against, it's carried. Item 9 is we're through item 9 because it was taken in the open meeting. I need to make an apology because my use of the English language is terrible, and I used the word perfunctory at the start of this, and the meaning perfunctory is carried out without real interest or effort. And I think that I probably need to, as the chairman of this committee, I probably need to pull myself back from that. And my excuse is that Catherine should know better. You're the advisor. You should be saying to me, no, Peter, that's not the right term. But anyway, I don't know what the adjective is for that, but some clever people in here will be able to supply me with one. Short, yeah, here we are. Anyway, that's the end of the business of this meeting. The next committee meeting will be on the 5th of April of this year, and I think protocol. Hey, do we close with the Karakia, or should we? We've got the workshop, so we'll wait to the end of the workshop. So now we'll end this meeting.